nitty gritty, bleeding purple my city. Don't score with the Steelers, no enemy. Ozing some Hennessy, catch us out stomping the yard. Candy yards, my foot McCannery. See, it's nitty gritty, Nick and Keith gon' get litty. 2 times a week, giving keys to the city. Tune and get with me. I got that, seeing the game little differently.
Welcome back, episode 429, Nitty Gritty Sports Talk Radio Show. I go by the name of Roscoe English, and of course, I'm here with the flock. Got my guy Keys with me.
What's going on? How y'all feeling up there?
My man Nick.
What's up, Skull? See you nice and healthy today.
Yo. Yeah, of course. I don't run after loss, but I'm healthy. And last but not least, Keith PJ.
What's good, cuzzo?
He on speed.
Whoa. Cut the music. I just want to get one thing straight. We lost to the same team. That does not make you not little brother. That don't make us related because we lost to the same team.
Cousin.
We cousins now.
Like, nah. Yo,
we cousins. We at the same table. Family business.
No.
We both at the little kids table.
Nah. Hey.
Chicken fingers.
Nah. Chicky nuggies? No. If I tell you go get me a drink, go get me a drink. That's crazy. Just 'cause we both lost. Yo, what? All right. That was nice. That was a good one. Let's start at the bank. Baltimore took a trip to New Jersey, came out with a win, 35-14. Lamar Jackson, 21 completions, 290 yards, 5 tuds. Tim Boyle in relief duty, 12 completions, 123 yards, touchdown, and a pick. Just what the doctor ordered, right?
Yeah, man. We all 4 of us said this on Friday that it wasn't really the Ravens. We should be having, like, and Nick emphasized, we should have our feet up, by the middle of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, which would happen for when this dominated bad team is what you're supposed to do, is what teams do against the Giants. I'm surprised they got 2 wins or 3 wins. How many? I'm surprised they even got that. But yeah, man, they just a bad team. So, like I said, I ain't about to sit here and come in and we could talk about some individual performances. I'm not about to come in or the Ravens. It's the Ravens' dad. They did exactly what they supposed to do. They dominated a bad team. Shout out to Lamar. A lot of people saying that it's Josh Allen MVP to lead. I mean, the race has got us to be open after that type of performance, and we're gonna talk about what Josh did in Detroit. But Lamar played well. You do what you're supposed to do against a bad offense. You take away the early fumble, which I'm not even putting him. I'm putting that on Zay Flowers because if Zay blocked, that's a touchdown. You take away that, he played a great game. It's one of them games probably when if you take away that fumble, is one of them perfect pass rating games. That's the type of play was. Everything legs. I think for the future, these Ravens receivers need to start blocking, because now we're saying Lamar, like, all right, it's go time. Like, it is no indecisiveness about leaving the pocket and running and throwing. If the lane is there, you'll be seeing it. Hopefully this is, foreshadowing for the rest of the season, but he's taking off. It's no more sitting back. It's no more, let's wait. No, he's taking off immediately. And that's what this team need. That's what this team need. We talked about Josh Allen. That's what he does. Like, you gotta take the defense give you all the time. And we understand you want to be a quarterback. You are a quarterback. You plan like a quarterback. But now it's time to point season where you got to do what you need to do to win. And that's taking our running for 60 yards a game, 60 plus yards a game. That's what you have to do. So yeah, offensively, played well. Offensive line played well. Receivers played well. I'm not, like I said, I'm not giving Bateman too much credit. The Giants suck. We talk about this. It's like a, lightning in a bottle with him. Like, we need this consistently. Like, we're not asking you to go and get 2 tugs, 100 yards every week, but 5 catches here, 6 catches. That's what you should be averaging per game. Like, so we're not going to congratulate him for that game. Good game. But we need you to be way more consistent, like way more consistent. I said, shout out to the offense, shout out to Todd Monk, and the screen game was back. It looked good on offense. Like I said, you can't really get too high up on it because it's the Giants. Defensively, I think the only thing is Brandon Stevens got to go. Like, I'm ready for Nate Wiggins to be the number 1 corner on the depth chart. Like, and I think that's a John Harbaugh thing, because I've seen other teams change depth charts in the middle of the season. Like, I don't, just because
middle of the game.
Yeah, exactly. I don't just because you leave training camp as the number one guy as on the depth chart does not mean that it should remain that way all season. If somebody comes in that's playing better than you, not even playing better than you, but if you playing like that, then you can't be the number one guy. I seen Nate yesterday, play very well against Malik Neighbors. I seen Brandon Stevens every time he get a chance hold Malik Neighbors yesterday. So it's like he got to go, man. And that's really the weakest link to this defense right now. We getting constant pressure. The linebacker Malik Harrison, since we've been calling him, he's playing better. Darius Washington, he's been a damn godsend. I don't know what type of evaluation he was doing before the season. I guess they was going to go by name and money, but he should have been starting from game one. Like I said, so other than that, Darius.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So other than that, you go to, and I'm pretty sure Nick will touch it, but the biggest thing is from this game is you get out without no injuries in that field, man. Like you get out in this 11-day stretch, and now you look forward to this. You get out that game. Like I said, we didn't see the injury report for this week, but you get out that game relatively healthy. Your main guys are good to go for this weekend, more than likely. So yeah, we not hanging our hat on that. We happy to get back in the win column. It's exciting to be back in the win column. It's exciting to look the way you did against a bad team. That's how you supposed to look. But we know what's looming. We know what's Saturday. We know what's there. We know what's in front of us, just like they know what's in front of them. It's a big game. You can't downplay it. You're not taking enough of it. We not, like I said, we're not going to talk about, should they rest their starters, or that this is a huge game for both teams. Whereas the Steelers win this game, they lock up the division. The Ravens win this game, the division is wide open. So it's a huge game. And you gotta consistent, man. You gotta be consistent. Take that Giants game and build on it. You're not gonna be able to score 35 points against the Steelers. It's not gonna be open like that all game. But you can take the things that you did in that game, the play calling, offensively and defensively, and just build on it. And shout out to Kyle, because he played well yesterday. He might not be in a lot of stats, but every big play, every stopping somebody short, every hard hit, he was there. Marlon still playing like an all-pro. He dropped 2 picks yesterday. That would have increased his chances, but he's still playing like an all-pro. But my biggest everything positive. You did what you're supposed to do against the Giants. Only negative is Brandon Stevens. He has to go. He's terrible.
Yeah, I agree with all your points, and Brandon Stevens is a liability. We called it, first few weeks of the season. And a lot of times, people love to give bail or give some sort of rope for players when they struggle, and you have to give people grace. But you saw the red flags early on. I mean, whether it's getting his head turned around, whether it's penalties, whether it's being in the right position, whether it's being in the position to make a play on the ball, or being in trail position where you're just following people all game long. We've seen it all year as far as with him. It doesn't matter the receiver. It doesn't matter the offense. It doesn't matter the quarterback he's going against. He is a liability. And we talked about it, but it's not something that was just groundbreaking. I mean, people like John Gruden are watching games, not even in the NFL anymore, just watching as a former coach and saying, hey, guys, if I was still a coach, I'd be targeting his tail. And, that's what teams are doing. So we're going to have to figure out a way in which to hide Brandon or to keep him off the field. And I think over the last few weeks, we've seen a lot of promising things from some of the guys depth-wise in our secondary, to where we should feel comfortable making that switch. I mean, Nate, to this point in the season, at this particular time, he's our best cornerback. And it's not the fact that he is just a first-round rookie. I mean, he's earned that title as far as every time he gets tested, he stands up to the test. He's right there to make a play on the ball. There was one play to Neighbors yesterday in the end zone that you couldn't have played it any better on a fade. It was a very well-thrown ball by Tim Boyle, too. If anything, he's the 4th quarterback that has played for the Giants. He might have looked like the best one. That's sad. But Tim Boyle placed it right on the money, and Neighbors just couldn't come down with it because, again, Nate put himself in between the quarterback, the wide receiver, and the ball, and made a play on it. And that's what we need to see moving forward. But as far as the game in general, listen, it's the Giants. I'm not about to sit here and, feel hunky-dory because we beat up on some little kids, right? Like, let's go on Saturday and play the Steelers, who have historically bullied us, right, for at least the last several years. Instead of feeling good about beating up on some little kids, let's go and attack the community bully. You know what I mean? Steelers been bullying people for a while now. We got to shut shit down. And if you do that, that's when I'll be a believer as far as where we are and where I think we can go. Obviously, I feel like we can accomplish whatever goals we set in front of us, which is the Super Bowl. But you also have to put it in action. It can't just be words and talk. And this is the time to turn talk into action. I don't care about, the explosive nature of our offense versus the Giants. I don't care that we can get pressure versus the Giants. I don't care that we can slow up the Giants defense. Something that does follow that I shouldn't have seen versus a 2-win team. You come out of a bye week and you got whistled for 12 penalties and 112 yards. And in those 2 New York touchdown drives, all those drives were fueled by penalties created by the Ravens. So these were unforced errors coming out of a bye week against a 2-win team. So yeah, talent-wise, yeah, we're gonna dirt them, and that's exactly what we did. We just had too much going on as far as firepower. We have an MVP candidate at quarterback. We have a defense that's ascending, and we have something to play for. The Giants have Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward to play for, Travis Hunter to play for. They do not care right now. Okay, so let's stop acting like whatever we put on tape is just what we have to offer. It's the Giants. Shout out to people like Rashad Bateman. Great game. I think it was his first game in his career with multiple touchdowns in a game. And through 3+ years in his 4th year. Seems like we're seeing a breakout. I would love to see it. Just side note, Devontae Adams had 9 catches, 198 yards, 2 touchdowns in the second half yesterday. So there is levels to this shit, but that's another story.
Yeah,
it is. I'm
I
sorry.
not know where he was going with that one.
Start with love.
That was great.
It's levels to this, and
positive reinforcement.
Listen, we're getting there, right? We're getting there. We're getting there to having our own Devontae Adams. But I mean, listen, I can't criticize having a good game against the Giants because you still got to go out there and do it. And it's like the Giants didn't have an answer for him. He could have had 3 touchdowns, right? So that's awesome to see. Mark Andrews getting healthy and making plays consistently now. That's awesome to see. Lamar, his trust is back in Mark. And listen, Lamar has a lot of options going forward, and we just have to figure out what our identity is going to be. We didn't see a lot of Derek yesterday. I guess that's a good thing because wear and tear, didn't necessarily need him. No point in putting the miles on him if we don't necessarily need him. But this is going to be very interesting come Saturday. What is our philosophy? Are we going to be bombs away after what we've shown 5 touchdowns versus the Giants, or are we going to go back to running the ball? Are we going to get conflicted in that identity, right? Because it's not going to be as easy to do those things versus the Steelers. Now, the Steelers have struggled defensively as far as in defending the pass in recent weeks. So we might feel inclined to test them, but again, it's going to come down to what is our identity. And right now, I would say our identity is that of a balanced, versatile team that should be able to take what the defense gives them and capitalize in those situations. So Keys kind of mentioned it. If there's a rush lane for Lamar, listen, man, that's something that we need to take. If there is something that dictates pre-snap that, hey, there's going to be one-on-one coverage here, we got to take those looks. If there's something that says, hey, the box is light, Derrick Henry's back there, let's gash him, that's what we're going to have to do. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that evolves over these next 3 or so weeks. As Keys already mentioned it, like this is when the season starts. The season started now. So these are the most important games for me because this is just the tune-up for the playoffs. And as you get closer to the playoffs, the margin for error decreases. And again, I go back to those penalties. That is not what you want to that's not what you want to see coming out of a bye week against a team like that. And I think that is the biggest takeaway from me. 12 penalties is usually going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you against the Giants. They're not trying to win. Against teams that are trying to win, we have to beat teams in the playoffs that are trying to win just as much as we are. We can't make 12 penalties.
Yeah. For me, it's about some of the unsung guys yesterday. Like, we don't talk enough about Justice Hill. and just some of the plays he makes. 5 catches yesterday out of the backfield for 61 yards, but he's continued to be not only a force in the pass blocking game, but just a force out of the backfield catching the ball as well. A great change of pace guy from Derrick Henry. You heard Nick say Henry didn't get that many snaps yesterday. He didn't have to. Justice had a great game. And Justice has been producing at a high clip all year, considering the price that he's paid. So he's really outperforming that contract. So shout out to Justice Hill. Roger Rosengarten, he also had a good game on the offensive line. You kind of saw Stanley early get beat by Brian Burns, and you're like, come on now. Stanley and McCarry just been a bit subpar the last couple weeks, but hopefully they get it right. But Roger Rosengarten, he's definitely looked better the last couple weeks at his position. It's the Giants. I mean, they converted 9 of 11 third downs yesterday. The Ravens did. Efficient game outside of that first drive. Kind of saw a spark on the special teams, too, without Tyler Wallace back there, Desmond King, and Justice Hill, actually, with the opening kickoff. So the kickoff and then a punt by Desmond King both flipped the field. So you saw some special teams improvements, some changes in that regard from the previous week.
Tucker not kicking off no more.
Yeah, Tucker not kicking off anymore as well. So some changes, and we'll see how that kind of progresses, especially with the 2 games in 5 days. Not much stock put into this game for me, though, outside of the fact that Lamar Jackson is him. You look at that Giants defense, they were top 7 coming into the game. They hadn't given up any more than 2 passing touchdowns all year, as surprising as that may be. And you see him coming yesterday, go for 5 touchdowns. He goes for 290 yards. They only giving up like $194 a game. So Lamar Jackson definitely came out, performed yesterday, put on a show why he's just as worthy for an MVP as someone else we'll talk about later on in the show. But good win for the Ravens, but it ultimately boils down to Saturday. And what do you do then? Can you execute at this clip? Probably not, but you're going to have to execute. You got to be efficient Saturday. Like these third downs, you may not be 9 for 11, but you need to at least be 6 or 7 for 11. You can't be in third and longs against this defense we're going to face on Saturday. It's not going to be as easy. So I'm happy with the win, but we got bigger and better things to worry about.
And to be fair to the Giants, they were missing some defensive starters and some key people in the secondary. Key people in the secondary as well. But hey, I mean, that ain't our problem. We handle business, and again, it's really going to come down to Pittsburgh. I mean, we had this game with their game yesterday coming down in the standings as far as with the loss on their record. So, with this, we have the opportunity to tie record-wise. Pittsburgh obviously is still going to have be ahead of us at that current point in the tiebreaker scenarios. But, with 2 AFC-related games and a division game to close the season, they have the opportunity, or we have the opportunity to still win the AFC North should we continue to win and we get some help from Pittsburgh. So this is a huge game. Obviously, it's a moot point if Pittsburgh goes out and beats us for the 9th time in 10 games. And honestly, when somebody has a stat like that hanging over your head, you really can't be jovial about beating up on the Giants.
Good win, guys. Good win. We can go to a commercial break and I'll talk about the Phillies' good win.
Thank you, Philly.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. Best city in
When I
Pennsylvania.
want some sports news, Nitty Gritty is definitely who I'm tuning into, man. They show up each week with that uncut, that raw, that unfiltered sports news.
They say the things that everyone else wishes that they can say, but they can't.
Every Tuesday and Saturday, I am locked into my favorite sports show, Nitty Gritty.
Nitty Gritty, the best show out right now. Tune in and listen, stupid.
Man, I'm Philly Jones and Bulls got my curtain all muddied up, y'all. Got my curtain dirty. I don't like it.
Who you trying to say, Scott?
You know what a Yens is? Because I seen they said the John first the Yens.
Yeah.
Like, why they call Pittsburgh people Yensers?
That's what they call them up there.
So you're a Yenser?
I'm not from there. I'm a Steelers fan. You really call me a Yenser, but I know what Yenser is. I mean, I'll be the resident Yenser here for y'all amusement and jokes, but nah, I'm not not
I
against
really don't even know what the hell.
That sounds like a slur.
It's-
So
it's
I don't
a-
even trust
yeah.
it.
It's
You
the
ain't see that
first-
yesterday on Fox. It said John first agains. I'm like, God, what is this?
Yeah, it's just a Pittsburgh person. But
Mhm, mhm.
Meek Mill, Will Smith, Jalen Hurts.
Oh, what a combo! So, yeah.
They all defeat us 27-13. Jalen Hurts completed 25 passes, 290 yards, 2 touchdowns. Real quarterbacky. Russell Wilson, on the other hand, 14 completions, 128 yards, and a touchdown. I'm gonna start on offense because we got the ball first. You can't go 9 and out to start the game. Let's just start there. The emphasis in every game for us, we always start slow, but you cannot go 9 and out against a good team. You just can't go 9 and out. I'm gonna say it again. You cannot go 9 and out, and that's what we did. Came out heavy personnel, 12, 13 personnel, I form, toss. Here goes a stat. Out of the 12 runs, this is ridiculous. Out of the 12 runs in a 60-minute game, out of the 12 runs that a running back ran, 7 were tosses. 7 were tosses. We averaged 1.7 yards on those tosses. Artie just said, fuck it. Just keep tossing it. Just keep tossing it. It didn't work. It did not work. So I was just confused on what the game plan was coming out. You had a whole week to game plan without George. So I said Friday, look, we need to see Mike Williams. We need to see, if this was any week to see Mike Williams, it was this week. Van Jefferson got 35 snaps. Calvin Austin got 35 snaps. Cool with that. But Mike got 15 snaps. 5 more than Scotty Miller and Ben Skoranek.
And your snaps.
Come on. I don't understand. And then 15 snaps, he got 2 targets. In those 15 snaps, he got 2 targets. So the other, he's just cardio. He's just staying in shape. I don't really understand the trade by this point.
How many snaps did you get as an offense? Because I know that was decreasing.
Well, second half, we had the ball for 5 minutes.
See, that's
whole
going
second half?
that's
In
going
the-
to plate things too.
In the second half, we had the ball for 5 minutes. We ran 11 plays. We ran 11 plays.
Was
So
that
you
one?
really-
Was that one drive? I'm in control. My fault. That was one. How many
2 drives.
drives? 2 drives. Okay. All right,
2
got it.
drives, a 4-play drive that ended in the fumble, and I'll talk about that. And then a 7-play drive that Mike Tomlin decided that he was going to punt. 4th and 7 on their side of the field. He wanted to punt. We'll talk about that. But the first half, throughout the whole game, we had 1.5 good drives. So we had the good drive that made it 13-7. It made 13-20. It was a close game. Given how ugly it looked, it was closer. But you got to capitalize on the turnovers, and that was something that we didn't do because Vic Fangio put belt to ass to Artie Smith. Artie Smith was not prepared for this game. And I wasn't one of those. Look, we had a scenario that if Miami lose and the Colts lose and we in and that happens, salute. But you always want to win. You always want to go out and win. This would have been a good litmus test for how we stack against the best in the NFC. Because the ultimate goal is to play the best team in the NFC at the end, right? And we just didn't display that. You got out-coached thoroughly. Mike Tomlin, a couple times a year, he's going to have bad clock management. TJ Watt gets a sack, and he lets 30 seconds run off the clock. Then he calls a timeout right before the 2-minute warning.
And I was watching the game. I was like, why Tomlin not calling a timeout right here? Like, what's going on?
It just seemed like everybody was out of sorts. And look, did the defense give up big plays? Yeah. But they were on the field for half the game. Like, literally, this isn't hyperbole. Like I said earlier, we had 2 drives in the second half. 2. The fumble from Najee on a toss. And was that a game changer? Yeah. We had just hit a flea flicker for a big play. And with the score being a touchdown away, you want to build on that. Play right after Najee fumbles the toss. You get the ball one more time after that. Najee does not fumble the ball a lot. It's his 6th fumble in his career. So I'm not gonna pull the keys and say he's a bum and all of that.
You agree with him benching him though?
No. And here's the thing: if you're gonna bench him, put in Jalen Warren. Cordero Patterson is not the answer to our problems when we struggle. He's just not the answer. I don't know why Artie Smith goes to Cordero Patterson. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Given how athletic N'Kobe Dean is and Bond is, their linebackers were flying all over the place. Cordero Patterson is slow. He is slow. The answer would have been Jalen Warren if he was trying to get something going. Jalen Warren, now Cordero Patterson. And then that last drive that we had, 4th and 7, we down by 2 scores now, and he punts, and we never see the ball again. And he says that it was a distance thing. If it was 4th and 5, he would have went for it. 4th and 7 was too far. Yo, come on.
Totally crazy.
Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You trying to win or you just trying to get out of here? It kind of looked like after a while, they were just trying to get out of there. It was an ugly game. The better team won. On the defensive side, Friday, I said that game had every look of A.J. Brown is about to go off. After the week that they had in the media, the 4 targets prior to, you just knew that he was going to go off.
Oil the squeaky wheel.
Yeah, you just knew he was going to go off. And look, they made a decision. We're going to sell out to stop the run. Cool. Saquon had 19 carries for 60 yards. But within that, you also saw a lot of Landon Roberts out on the field in coverage. That's something that is not what the doctor ordered. So you know what that leaves? He can't cover. So when you're playing the zone, man, Devontae Smith and all those guys was just chilling behind him. Was just chilling. He's not athletic enough to cover that space. It was a bunch of guys just covering grass. Patrick Queen was cool in the run because you sold out to stop the run. But in space, we missed 20 tackles as a defense. No bueno. That's not good. That doubles the most that we've had in a game. We had 2 games where we missed 10. We had 20 in one game. I mean, Kenneth Gainwell was looking like Barry Sanders out there. And the problem was those were 3rd and long conversions, all of them. Like if you look at the screenshots of all of them, you see 2 guys running towards Kenneth Gainwell, and then you see the outcome. You're looking like, well, how the hell did that happen? Horrible tackling. Got to clean that up because the team that we play on Saturday, they got some guys that if you don't tackle, they'll take it to the house. On you. So we got to clean that up. The good thing is the issues that they are cleanable fixes. Tackle better. I mean, y'all are football players. That's fundamental shit. Joey Porter didn't have the best game. None of the corners had the best game.
Season.
AJ.
I'm about to say you. I know you love Joey Porter Jr., but he's having a bad, and he's good. He's very talented, but he's having a real bad year.
It's up and down. It's up and down. Yeah, he's having a tough time.
Brandon Stevens Jr. Ain't that bad, but he's
not that bad, and his pedigree is way higher than Brandon Stevens. I just think with the physical kind of play that he has and all the penalties that they call on him, he's in his head now. It's like, do I get the 6 penalties or do I try to, not put my hands on him? And AJ Brown, when he was in front of him, was abusing the shit out of Joey Porter Jr. AJ Brown's a physical guy. He was pushing him and shit.
Supposed to play defense without being handsy too now.
Yeah, it's a little 50-50. But this year, compared to last year, they're calling it.
I mean, Patrick Surtain, he's not out here getting used and abused physically. You get what I'm saying? Joey's supposed to be on
George abused him physically, but that's another level, though. Pat's the best in the game. And I'm not putting that on Joey Porter's head. Joey Porter is a good corner, and he has the talent to be better, but this is not his best year. And Tomlin told him in Hard Knocks, like, look, you're going to be great, just not right now. He kept it real with him. He got some things to clean up. I think he will get them cleaned up, but tackling was a big, big issue. I mean, outside of TJ Watt, who is TJ Watt, it's really not that much to speak on as far as individual performances on the defense. Just wasn't. Now, I'm give him a little grace. They was on the field for a large portion of that game, but it's a lot of things to clean up going towards Saturday.
Get a stop you, get him off the field.
That's the thing. That's the thing. The tackling.
What were they on
Tackling.
third down? The Eagles.
Let me look that up.
I mean, they didn't see a lot of third down.
They didn't see it. They didn't really see
I
a
don't
lot.
think they did. I don't think they did anyway.
The second quarter was the best when Saquon went out. That was the time to strike.
And tell Minka dirty ass stop hitting people in their knees, man.
Yo, that was not a dirty hit, yo.
Every time, it's always Minka, man. He always injures somebody.
I will give you Nick Chubb. I will concede to Nick Chubb. But as soon as 2 years
later, you finally concede. 2 years later, you finally concede to Nick Chubb. The Minka hit wasn't on Saquon. Wasn't there? It wasn't there.
That wasn't dirty. That motherfucker squat 1,000 pounds. How else are you going to tackle him? He be all right. They were 10 for 17 on third down.
But yeah, that's not the rest. Without George Pickens, you got to rely on the defense to get them off the field more consistently because they should never have an 11, 12-minute drive. I've heard of a
21-minute drive. They had a 21 play 10-minute drive to close the game out.
Yeah, they got that ball on what, like the 2-yard line?
On the 2-yard line, which
go.
The league, it should have been. I'm gonna play the should have been game. Jalen Carter, you can't punch people in the head. In the league, you can't come back and say that it was after the point when you can clearly the ball.
I mean, officiating ain't cost the game, but them officials.
It didn't cost, but
it was horrible.
They were horrible.
They were really bad yesterday.
They were horrible. But to Keith's point, they got the ball on the 3-yard line and just said, "Nah, we're not giving it back."
In those situations, like you like to see, not those situations, but in situations where it's like 4 or 5 minutes left in a game, you like to see a team take control of the ball and not give the ball back to close out a game. These dudes did a 10-minute version of that.
Yeah, like I remember back when we were growing up, like Peyton would get the ball with like 8 minutes left and you wouldn't see it. Like they just added 2 more to that and said, nah, 10 minutes? Nah, they're not getting this back. Salute to them. Salute to them.
They literally wasn't snapping the ball in 1 to 3 seconds every play.
Yeah.
Like they're a well-oiled machine right now.
Nick Sirianni is pressing the right buttons right now. He said watching Hard Knocks gave me an advantage, and I cannot call him a liar based on how that game played out. So
I have mixed feelings about in-season documentaries and doing it and releasing it during the season real time. I don't know if there's competitive advantages to be had, but there's nothing good that comes from it. That's why, if you notice, there's like the Ravens aren't trying to show, but so much, right? Like they don't mind showing John Harbaugh being a guidance counselor, but things strategy wise,
right? Yeah. So
anything that you can get any intel from now.
We did not come out of this game clean. TJ Watt did go down in the fourth quarter. He says he just twisted his ankle, so that's great news. That's great news because if he had went down for the rest of the season, it's
coming, Skull. It's annual. That's why Myles Garrett has surpassed him. You know what I mean?
Nah, Myles Garrett was flopping yesterday.
You can't trust TJ to be a
I don't know how Myles get hurt 2 times yesterday.
Like, flopping.
Narratives over facts.
To go back to the season, TJ injury. Just hopefully it ain't long term.
No,
but it is still an ankle. So in a short week, it might
not too soon.
Regardless if you play or not, he's not gonna be 100% Saturday. I mean, on a bang ankle and you a defensive and you're outside linebacker.
Hey, look, Rosengarten can look good against whoever was rushing him on Sunday. Give me 85% TJ Watt in front of him. I'm still confident.
Are you going to say back?
I would be too. Shit.
No, it must grow slow. He still looks like one of them. And for this game, cut it all off again. If that's what you got to do, whatever you got to do to Michael Jordan, take that shit personal, cut it all off again, man. But this game on Saturday is it's for everything.
So we talked about this pre-show, but Sco, a lot of the Pittsburgh media are saying that this is not. It's a big game, but they're not going to treat it as like they shouldn't. They saying Mike Tomlin shouldn't treat it as a playoff game. If George Pickens, basically, if George Pickens and TJ Watt, if they not available, like say like y'all played the Cardinals in week 4, basically saying if they not healthy enough to play that game week 4, then they shouldn't play this game. Basically,
hey, guess what? This is why you can't call me a Yinzer. I'm just a Steeler fan because that's bullshit.
I agree.
George, give me Saturday. Give me Saturday. We go out there, even if you just a goddamn decoy. We're so limited without him. You go back to a, dare I say, Matt Canada, Kenny Pickett offense when you know, look, they just gonna run the ball. They just gonna run the ball. They can't do nothing else. Can't nobody get open in man-to-man coverage. Can't nobody create space. They're not gonna put Mike Williams out there. You just become that much one-dimensional. George, give me Saturday. And if you win Saturday and you wrap up the division, stick to the third seed. Fuck everything else. Fuck Christmas.
Then you can rest.
Then that last game. I don't care if Pat Mahomes play. If he don't play, we win Saturday. I tell you what, TJ Watt don't play on Christmas. Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of mad Netflix fans because it ain't gonna be no TJ Watt out there. It shouldn't be a Cam Hayward out there. It shouldn't be a Minka out there, and it shouldn't be a Deshaun Elliott, and the list can go on and on and on.
Right. I think honestly, I think they say stuff like that because they just want to go against Tom. They know damn well Tomlin not rest. Anybody that can play is going to be playing Saturday. Tomlin he ain't looking forward to no Chiefs game or no let's bank on Patrick Mahomes not being 100%. That's not even how you play sports. Like that's losing mentality. Like you're supposed to take what's in front of you. If you got opportunity to go into your biggest rival on the road in their home and win the division on their home field, that's what you play football for. That's literally what this is all about. Besides winning the Lombardi, that's what it's about. So yeah, I don't agree. I totally don't agree.
I call cap on the Keys. I think they cop and please. I think they saw how bad they looked against.
Oh no, they bound low. They bound low. They bound low.
It's a Steelers thing. That's why I think Stroll might be a user. Like it's a Steelers thing. They saw that offense without George Pickens, and they said, "I don't know, we're gonna beat the Ravens."
He on the right. He on the right side of the argument now, but he usually be buying low just like them too. But that's what they doing. They buying low. They saying basically saying this game. Yeah, they saying it's not a big game to them or whatever because the Steelers, even with a loss to the Ravens, can win a division. That's loser talk, dog. Like that's literally that means everything gotta go perfect for you. That you don't even know what's happening because you don't know if Mahomes playing. You don't know if the Ravens gonna lose another game, and you don't know if you're gonna win. Beat the Chiefs. Like that's loser talk.
No, I'm first and foremost. I don't care who's a quarterback for y'all. I don't care who coaching. The Ravens game is always a big game to me. That's the number one rival. I love saying last 8 out of 9. I would love to say the last 9 out of 10. This is a playoff atmosphere Saturday. Don't tell me it don't matter. Don't tell me it don't matter. It mattered to the Ravens. You can't walk in there talking about it don't matter. Just imagine Mike Tomlin coaching these boys up saying, yo, y'all, we playing with house money Saturday. They not. John Harbaugh might be a lot of things. He's not saying that shit to y'all getting ready for this game on Saturday. He's not. He's not. So you got to match that energy.
And to your point of them saying it don't matter, it's gonna matter when y'all got going on the road in the first one of the playoffs. Like it's gonna matter then. They basically saying, and I want your opinion on this. They basically saying, well, one of the radio person is saying he'd rather take a fully healthy team than a home playoff game. And I don't agree with that. I just don't you can win with a bad injured team at home. Like you need the crowd behind you. Like that's what you need to play off.
I don't think you guys are that good to be talking like that.
Yeah,
like everybody needs a home playoff game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give me the home playoff game. Give me the home playoff game.
You guys need to be playing in Pittsburgh. That's an advantage for you guys.
I want to hear Renegade.
We had to go on the road. We had to go on the road with Tyler Huntley. Give me the home playoff game, please.
Yeah, nah. You want to hear Renegade in the fourth quarter. You want to see TJ getting everybody pumped up, getting the crowd into it. Look, is this one of the better teams we've had in the last couple of years? Sure. But I'm seeing the way Buffalo is playing right now. I don't want to go up there earlier than I have to. Earlier than the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, if you don't,
I'm conceding.
You can avoid it.
You're gonna have to go to Kansas City or Buffalo to go to the AFC Championship game. That's for anybody. Cool, but round one, nah, fuck that. I want to play at home.
Right? Yeah, like I mean,
and you want to make it to that point too. Like give yourself the best opportunity. Well, and you guys play well at home. If it was the Ravens, I'd say, hey, let's try the road because this home shit don't work for us.
Yeah, no. Saturday is important. Saturday is always important. That's like you said, Keys. That's loser talk. On that side, I'm not a Yinzer. Anytime else, I'll ride with my guys, but I don't like that talk.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, are they serious right now? I was like, yo, this is buying low.
If anything,
maximum level. Like
if anything, of course, you always want to win, but I wasn't sad after Sunday because I know you can still take care of business Saturday. So if anything, the Eagles game was like still want to win, but it was because of the scenarios that were at hand that could give you that opportunity. Look, we're in the playoffs.
And that's
one of the earliest
strategically that's how it should be, because that out of conference game doesn't hold as much weight as in division and in conference at all.
And then with y'all, they beat y'all too, so ain't no tiebreakers there. So look, it's a wash.
It's
a wash. Like it's a wash. So, but I'm not taking nobody in the AFC talking about this game don't matter. Bullshit.
Right.
Y'all know what's coming. Y'all just don't want us to say we beat y'all and ruin the streak for y'all. Because y'all gonna sit there and say, well, we didn't really care about the game. George was hurt. Yeah, we just want to get healthy.
They setting themselves up. But that's how I mean, but like I said, I think is, and this is my final thing, I think it's loser talk, because you don't never know what's gonna happen with Buffalo. They are injury away from, and God forbid it doesn't happen, but you never know if Pat Mahomes is gonna be long term and y'all can eventually get the one. It's not over. That's loser talk to say let's rest our players for the last 2 games of the season against Pat Mahomes potentially and Joe Burrow, who more than likely they looking like they may make the playoffs depending on what bum ass San Diego did. I mean, Los Angeles did.
If they like it, I love it. I also heard them talking about the run game doesn't look as explosive without Justin Fields out there, and that Justin Fields should start. Hey, listen, if you guys like it, I love it. Put his ass back out there. Let us win Saturday and put Justin Fields back out there for the rest of the season. I beg you. Thank you, guys. Christmas has come early, nigga.
Rex Ryan, shut up. Like, shut up, Rex Ryan.
What Rex Ryan said? He the one that said Justin Fields?
He said that shit. I don't know if more people said, but I know Rex Ryan said we need to start.
How can you run the ball when teams?
Well, that's why Rex Ryan. That's why Rex Ryan he's on TV and don't have a job right now.
So
that's the reason why.
And Najee's been hooping recently.
Yeah, here are the yardage with Justin compared to Russell Wilson. With Justin, we were averaging 133 yards a game. With Russell, we're averaging 123 yards a game. So you can just say one run from Justin Fields is the difference. Just one run. It's not that big of a deal.
And he took carries, and actually that shows that the run game is probably better with Russell, because running backs are actually running the ball with Russell as opposed to in that yardage total. Justin Fields had to amount for at least half of that.
Exactly.
What I say on Friday, like the difference in this team is Russell Wilson. Like, he changes everything for y'all. Like, I was wrong. I didn't know he had this left. I didn't know, and I was wrong. Yeah. And that's the difference of the team. Justin Fields is not. He's going to come in at the end of the game. They're not even going to put him in there when it's 3rd and 2 and 4. That's done. That experiment is over with. Russell Wilson is not leaving the game. It's winning time. All the gadget shit is over with. It's winning time. Like, it's
not. They brought him in yesterday.
And I said
they brought him in yesterday. Yeah. But I mean, they brought him in yesterday, but you could clearly see yesterday he was just trying to get a spark. He's a spark guy. He's a spark plug. But in a close game against the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills, nah.
And I admit, in a game where you don't have George Pickens and you're already limited everything behind George Pickens, I get that you're probably trying to look for a spark. And honestly, when the Saints are limited and they're looking for a spark, that's when you see Taysom Hill do what Taysom Hill does. It's just he's more of a Swiss Army knife than a quarterback that is very athletic, right? Like, you can use him in different formations, different packages, different positions. When Justin Fields come on the play, you already know what it is. And again, to end it here, it's not to talk bad about Justin. It's only just to say I feel like Russ has done enough to not have to look over his shoulder at this point. Like, you guys going to appreciate him? Is he your quarterback for the next 2 years? If so, y'all got to trust him right now.
Yeah, no, I trust him. He's not turning the ball over. I mean, yesterday, the plays weren't there, man. Everything was covered. Philly got a good defense.
Run, boom, ball. That's y'all off.
Y'all got to get out of that. That y'all too predictable with that, man.
Run, boom, ball.
Y'all really run the ball 1st and 2nd down, and y'all throw it deep on 3rd down. Y'all got to stop that.
Related but unrelated point, and not trying to turn it about the Ravens, but it's related to the Steelers. With Deontay Johnson news that the suspension has been lifted, but he won't return to practice. So I guess he'll be out this week against the Steelers. There has been rumblings that, and we kind of saw this coming, but there's more clarity coming that it seems as if the Ravens don't want to allow him to number one, quit and then choose his next destination and then give him the satisfaction to release him to a playoff team. And it seems like he's trying. He like his goal was to angle his way back to the Steelers, which right now would be a fucking perfect fit for you guys.
Come home.
He knows the offense, or at least he can get acclimated to what you guys want to do rather quickly. He know cadence doesn't change, but so much. And also, you know, he's going back into a comfortable situation where there's a need for him versus having to explain nothing.
It's a Devondre Campbell situation. Same thing with the 49ers. They elected not to cut him and just suspend him.
I mean, this is definitely a pro player show, but if the alternative is cutting you, we're going back to the Steelers. Sorry, you just got to sit your ass at home. I mean, that's you can't allow that as a business side. You can't allow that to happen because
that's good.
They get Deontay Johnson that literally puts you all over the top. Like,
honestly, I'm starting to think maybe the Steelers was trying to get him back. We caught word of it, and maybe that's why we traded for him because it really makes no sense. We basically traded for him as if he was just a body.
We couldn't get him
opposed to somebody that we could use.
Yeah, we couldn't get him via trade because it's still in the calendar year, and we traded him away. But if y'all was
or another contender,
another contender, sure, like the Chiefs or somebody. But if y'all were to release him, doors wide open for us. So it's good business by y'all. I'm not mad.
Y'all need. I'm not saying y'all need him specifically, but
we need a number.
That type of player would have been perfect for you guys right now.
No, we need a number 2. The glaring need for a number 2 has never been more shinier without George.
If I'm him, I might
that bag
swallow
is
my
up.
pride. I might swallow
George
my pride.
Hamstring earning him a lot of money.
Oh, that bag is up.
Yeah, if I'm Deontay, I'm swallowing my pride and signing a 1-year deal with y'all and trying to make it right and trying to stay on with the Steelers for the rest of my career.
Man, I can't say what I want to say on this family program, but yeah, Deontay Johnson, I got some few choice words to say about you, buddy.
Hey, I got some few choice words to say about the Ravens organization too, because we fumbled a receiver in their prime, and we're over here sitting there trying to masquerade like these receivers going to do it versus better teams.
And like I said, I agree with you. Like, but
I'm 50-50 with it.
Yeah, but at the same time, regardless of what it is, and I understand you want to get paid, but if your team tell you go in the game, go in the goddamn game.
1,000%.
Like that, and that. So that's why
I
get it. And like I said, I'm always pro player. I always want, he definitely should have a bigger.
That's like Kobe sitting behind Smush. Kobe's gonna throw the ball too.
Exactly. Like
I'm not calling him Kobe. I'm not calling him Kobe.
Like at game 7, he said, "No, y'all got it. I'm not shooting the ball."
Yeah, but he definitely got to go into the game, like because now at this point, it's like now you can't trust him. Now you can't trust him. Now
it's over now.
Yeah, is he gonna drop a pass on purpose? Like, what is this guy going to do now? Now you can't trust him. So
should have never got to that point. And all it does is okay, we're past Deontay Johnson, but this is why receivers don't sign with the Ravens voluntarily. This is why. The only time somebody rees up with the Ravens is when they played 3 seasons with us and underwhelm, and then they have to take an extension.
Damn, that boy just getting hella shots.
No, when is it a shot or reality?
He gave him his props earlier. So I mean, it's
reality.
2 things can be true.
Receivers don't sign with us, and this is why. And if we ever want to change the culture, we gotta be more. We gotta be more friendly to players. Situation.
If that's a prop,
we're always begging for weapons. We're always begging for receivers,
props early.
And we are not ever going to get them because we don't treat them correctly.
He said early he having a good season. He said he has a good season. We just want to be more consistent. Now we're talking about
that man said, "Yo, you had 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cool. Yo, Devontae had 10 for 190
in the second half."
No, that was just that because somebody came in the mentions yesterday and tried to say he's the Devontae Adams. I said, "Oh, he is."
Comparisons. He's Rashad Bateman.
He's Rashad.
Yeah, he's good for what he do here. He's good.
Yeah, he's Rashad.
And I'll take it. Listen, like he's playing.
What Devontae Adams had to what he had to earn snaps. I'm just at this point. I don't know what to think.
That man had a sleepover with Aaron Rodgers and was full system go against us. Yeah,
I fully agree. It's just going forward. If this season doesn't go how it wants to go, we're going to talk about weapons and how do we get them if we don't make ourselves a weapon friendly place to be. But that's all.
That's why we need more receivers, man. Y'all see the leash that Mike give y'all. Come on over. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Hey man.
You can do whatever you want.
You can shoot the crowd. You can it
Shoot
don't
the
matter.
crowd,
Like, you good.
Smoke all the weed you want.
Penalties, it don't matter.
Don't
Can you
matter.
catch?
Can
you
catch?
separate?
If you can do that,
Even if you can't separate, can you catch?
You saw
Just
what
don't
Tom,
commit
you,
a
saw,
crime.
you saw what Tomlin told him, man. Like that's how he said, Tom, this is the group I won't be a part of. Like this the playmakers. Like
yeah,
that's
dog.
why he treat him like that. You know they the ones to make the damn plays. Like, that,
Yeah, man.
We gonna
Big
talk
game
about
Saturday,
Smart
Scott.
guy.
Let's get
Smart
to
guy.
it.
big game, big game.
Let's get to it.
But y'all know, I don't care what happens at Sunday.
Yo, Saturday sports is gonna be wild. We got the college football
I'm trying to
playoff.
get drunk.
Yeah, it's one
What's
of
the
better days.
breakdown? What's the breakdown key for the games? Like 12
You got
o'clock.
SMU
what?
Penn State at 12. You got at 1 o'clock. Who you got? Texans Chiefs.
I'm gonna be a
And
deadbeat.
you
all
got
week.
Ravens Steelers at 4.
Daddy, can I have some juice? No.
I forget what the second playoff game is. Got to be what is
Ohio State, Tennessee, right?
No, that's the late game. It's a middle game.
So
Ohio, Texas Clemson.
Texas Clemson that day too.
Yeah, and then you got the nightcap Ohio State Tennessee
What a day.
after Steelers Ravens. Yeah, it's a good week.
Yeah, it's definitely good. Oh, I can't wait. That's a good day. Good day of sports. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Skull. We owe y'all some get back, man. We've been owing y'all some get back
Couple
for
years
a long
now.
time. For a long time. Yo, you know what's wild? It's like everything I read, everything I see, all the film that I look at, all the film I study, we should be whooping your ass, and it never happened. So it's like, yo, it's literally the water boy. Like it's literally
Y'all changing your coach?
owning.
Are you-
It's that
are you gonna
coach
change your
owning
coach?
Harbaugh.
Are you gonna change your coach
That's what it
before
comes down
Saturday?
to.
Before
Exactly.
Saturday.
Because if
That's
not,
magic.
You are 110% correct. I can't even argue that. I can't argue that point. Like
that man is gonna put a urinal on his leg, wow, and just proceed to use it.
He gonna have a little. What's the little?
He gonna have a porta potty. Oh, he gonna have a. That man say, "Oh,
I wish this shit wasn't on a short. I wish this shit wasn't on a short week. Like I wish we could have a full
That
week of
too.
practice.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's phony.
Get everybody,
and then we turn it
healthy.
around. The following.
Yeah, like I wish we had a full week of practice, man. Like I don't even care about
Or
y'all.
Wednesday,
I
I
would
should say.
pay y'all at full strength. Like this is phony if people can't play because they needed one more day.
Hey,
Best,
I mean, but I'm not. But
they
at the
didn't
end
care.
of the
They,
day-
Y'all gonna
they
take
took
it.
us how we came before, Paul.
oh, gotta get you.
yeah,
Keep like it ain't me this time.
Gotta get you for that. All right, takeaways. Y'all don't spoke about this man. He's having a highlight year. Josh Allen, his team.
Why you sound like that? Like
What?
it hurts your heart to say it.
No. Look, Josh Allen. I was always.
we was
He's
critical.
having-
I was
yeah.
critical. I was very
Yeah,
critical. of
I was
Josh.
critical. He turned the ball over a lot, but
Now
he
he's
ain't
not.
doing it now. He's balling.
Now he's
Ain't
not.
nothing-
And he looked like
ain't
the
nothing
best player in the
to criticize.
goddamn world. I mean, that's what it
Who was
comes down
that?
to. Stop throwing.
See-
You stop throwing interceptions. You're gonna win MVP, and
Great.
that's what's about to happen.
Yeah, you're great. See, a lot of people got take
I'd
integrity
be
on
cool with
TV.
co MVP.
Yeah,
When the last time that happened? Peyton and Steve
maybe.
got the colors right. Let's do it again.
Yo, you crazy.
I know. They go to Detroit 48-42. Josh Allen, 23 completions, 362 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jared Goff, this game was not on him. 38 completions, 494 yards, 5 touchdowns. No, he played a clean game.
We gotta talk about if Detroit injury is gonna stop them from being as
Yo,
great as they
dog.
can be.
Eventually, they have to. They
Like,
have
just
to
lost
play a
David
role,
Montgomery for
right?
the year. That's crazy.
After we spanked Detroit last year, I haven't really believed in that.
What I say yesterday, Keys.
As
a-
What I say
Yo,
yesterday.
y'all too crazy because y'all both been saying that since last year. Like
Saw it live,
It don't matter what they, it don't matter
It
what
was
they
nasty.
did. Yeah, it was nasty. We
I
did
saw
say that
enough,
live.
yo.
We did say that live, and it was nasty. It was nasty. It was
Honestly,
very
you
nasty.
shouldn't let a team come into your home field like that yesterday and literally
Yeah.
dominate you from the first minute on. I mean, it really wasn't. A lot of that was garbage time offense. You know what I mean? And Josh and that offense, to say anything other than he's great is just disingenuous. Like I got people in my mentions as we speak talking about, just some BS, and it's just like, my man, like it's the plays that he was making to get to the goal
That's the thing.
And every time I looked up, they were in the red zone. I said, yo, how are they in the red zone again? Like, how do they keep getting the red zone?
The hows were amazing. It wasn't even the execution in the red zone. It was the how part. Like some of those plays where he had to scramble, and then throw it cross body 25 yards down. Oh, fam, we see it every week. You know what I mean? So I see a different brand of it in Buffalo, but it's a similar brand.
Yeah,
it ain't too many people that can do it like that.
Only difference is arm just stronger than mine. Like that bullet, he can really throw across his body. Like Josh Allen.
The big three, in my opinion, this is my opinion. The big three is slander proof, and the only thing that has kept Josh Allen from MVPs in prior seasons is the fact that Lamar Jackson breathes, Patrick Mahomes breathes. You know, get what I'm saying? Like this is kind of like the NBA where you have Braun had his turn, KD won one, James Harden won. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these people have to win.
Yeah, you do.
Like when you dominate your position. You got to take turns at a certain point.
Yeah.
And I don't think Lamar is having I don't want to say that. Lamar's having an MVP3 level season. I mean, his season last year was better than season this year is better than his MVP season last year. His numbers
are better than Allen's right now. It's crazy how
the numbers are better, but signature win-wise,
outside of the
beat
loss,
both number one seeds handily.
I mean, he's just a loss from y'all to just like it not even being a conversation.
And that was week 4.
That was early. They turned up since then. They haven't looked back. So
somebody said, because I believe he beat the Stephon Diggs allegations, and not only did he beat him, like those charges were dismissed. They were thrown away.
We don't even talk about it no more. We don't even talk about it. Like
somebody said, well, he got Amari Cooper, and I'm like, yo, Amari Cooper's average is less than 35 yards per game with the Bulls. He had 0 catches yesterday.
I was about to say he was on my ticket yesterday.
He don't need Amari Cooper. He don't need him.
That was for the playoffs.
Like you said last week, Nick. He's turned Khalil. That's how you know when the quarterback is great. When you take bums and you make not like bums but mediocre players, and now we got Shakir looking like he can be a great slot receiver. He got looking like Julian Edelman. Like got him looking crazy. Like
we're gonna have to. Again, there's a big three in the AFC or in the NFL, and specifically in the AFC, and I honestly think it's out of the AFC. It's going to be one of the big three. Now, don't take that to heart, Sko. You guys are a Super Bowl caliber team with that defense and the way you guys are coached. But if I have to bet money, or if I had to like be a betting man, it's going to be one of the big three, in my opinion. Hopefully, it's Lamar this time, but there's going to be some tough outs in that AFC.
Quarterback heavy, man. How you? It's crazy that you in that. It's like my fault to back you up. It's crazy that you. It's 3 GOATs. Like it's literally 3. It's crazy how it was a good comparison to the NBA. How you said like they at the top of their game at the same time. It's crazy.
But the one that always stops people from getting the ring, the Jordan of the AFC, he went down with an injury. We'll see how they manage that, because
they're saying it's not bad.
But if they sit him down just to rest,
high ankle variety too,
they could lose the number 1 seed. Now they showed you last year. They don't really care.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. But as we said
I think they won it this.
I want some home cooking.
They won it this year.
Same thing I said about the Steelers, where you kind of want to cement the great season you had by finishing strong. Yeah. You can't. What are they? 12-1, 13-1,
13-1.
You don't want to finish that with losing two games straight, or 3 games straight, or 2 out of the 3. You don't. That's not how. But what's the priority? Priority is Patrick Mahomes' health, 1,000%. Yeah, sure. But that's where this schedule. You can't, like, bro, a high ankle sprain. You got 3 games. Well, 2 games in the next however many days.
You might not be able to play this one. You might have to sit this one out. But like you said, Scott, they lose this one, and now he forced to play against y'all, because then you Buffalo a game back of taking the 1 seed. They beat y'all.
And with the that's the main thing. Buffalo had a tiebreaker if they got so
I mean, he gonna have to. That's why you basically have to sit him this week and get all the treatment you can get, and he got to play Christmas. Like you gotta, if they, I mean, and who, like you said, Carson Wentz could beat the Texans. We all know the Texans are not, that great.
Came
you
back
know.
to earth a little bit.
Yeah,
so,
they not that great, and they still. I mean, Spag gonna have a great plan for CJ Stroud, so I mean, they can rest them and still beat the Texans.
That's kind of where I was getting at it earlier. Like Carson Wentz is not your ordinary backup. He can come in and keep the boat afloat. He ain't gonna be out here. He ain't gonna be out here resurrecting his career. But you know what I mean.
But if people trust Gardner Minshew for a game, I think I can trust Carson Wentz for one. I can trust Carson Wentz for one. I better be able to trust Carson Wentz.
Just don't have it be against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I was about to say we saw Carson Wentz throw that interception to you know. We saw that too.
I don't know. You might be right. Y'all might be right. You might not be able to trust that nigga. I forgot about that.
I better be able to trust him for one. But yeah, it's backfiring on you, NFL. It's backfiring on you
because you got TJ Watt down with an ankle. You got Pat Mahomes hurt. You got George Pickens with a hamstring. So it's like
you don't want to be limping like this with your stars towards your playoff product. And then also, thank God the Ravens got out of MetLife healthy yesterday, because people were talking about stat padding and run it up, Lamar, run it up, MVP, get your MVP. It's all good until you tear something. Get his ass off the field.
Yeah, please.
That's a bad track. You don't want to be playing around on that. Get your dub and get out.
It's not worth it.
That's like hooping outside right now.
At this grand age.
I'm 35. If I'm hooping and it's not a roof, hell nah.
Yo, we got
it's a rock right there.
Yo, Jonathan Taylor, yo. People got to stop doing that shit, man. Seriously. Like that he literally knocked them out the playoffs. Like they done now.
I'm in one of my leagues. I'm projected to lose by 4 because I'm going against Atlanta defense. I scored 162 points. I have John Taylor. He cost me 8 points.
Oh my God, no.
Do you imagine if you had him on your ticket?
Somebody did have a ticket. Like they was supposed to win like 4,800.
That's the last leg
for a touchdown.
Nigga, I'm at your front door.
They were
if I'm a coach, you got to sit down the next at least a half, yo. And I know this not college or high school, but yo, that's the stupidest thing you can do.
I ain't saying I'm finding you. No, I'm finding you. I'm with you, Nick. Nah.
What's the fascination with throwing the ball once you cross the line? Just wait till you get to the end.
You'd have been up 2 scores. You would have been up 2 scores, and now you a game back of a team with a tiebreaker on them, and now you basically done.
The game completely changed after
it's shifted.
The whole momentum, because you
never turned
up on multiple scores, and after that point, it was all Denver.
Ridiculous.
Bengals did it too.
Game.
Gave the Texans the division. Gave it to them.
Nah, that was crazy. But separate point. Jordan Love, got to give him credit for how he's been playing. And Josh Jacobs, boy,
he's been a
huge star.
Yeah, but that NFC playoffs gonna be good too. They got some high powered teams, man. The Packers is a team that you can see them in the damn Super Bowl.
You could.
If
he play a clean game, they could beat anybody.
He play like that, and he's talented as hell.
Their defense is really, really good.
They have the receivers. I mean,
and this is
what I think about it. It's hard to kind of defend them. You got to defend Jaden Reed. You got to defend Christian. It's too many.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs.
Wait to give it to you.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs would be an MVP candidate any other season.
And he's the quiet one. You know what I mean? He's gone under the radar this year.
Matt, just the lucky ass Packers to go from Brett to Aaron to this.
Yeah, man,
that's crazy.
Just let a quarterback sit. Just let a quarterback sit and learn. Because I guarantee you, how he looked when he first came in this league.
I mean, but that's what happened. But that's what happened when you get a GOAT. That's when you get Matt Lamar as a Matt LaFleur,
and he can coach. And he can coach.
They should never fire him.
He beat the allegations.
They should never ever. I mean, unless he start just doing dumb shit, they should never. He's going to win a Super Bowl there. It's going to
learn his name. Well, he forced people to learn his name because I didn't even know how to pronounce LaFleur.
Yeah,
like him and Jordan Love going to Super Bowl. I can see them winning the Super Bowl there. I can definitely see that. They should have beat the 49ers last year, but he started doing goofy shit.
Yeah. As long as if he don't turn into a pumpkin in the third, he'll be fine, dog. He'll be fine.
Another takeaway. I'm off of the Commanders this season. Obviously, I think they're a playoff team. I think they have a bright future, but I'm off as far as what I think they can do or how far I think they can go. I just think they need more time. Plus, they ruined my slip. I had them -4.5. Couldn't be Jake Hayner.
That's what be the heart of the issue right there. Like that's where you over somebody.
I want to know what made them think that Jake was a better option than Spencer Rattler to start the
Inclusion. That's the only answer.
Yo said DEI.
Listen. Put Spencer.
I was about to say something. I was about to say
Put
something.
Spencer in the goddamn game next time, okay?
Yeah.
I don't ever want to see that ever again.
Stop playing.
That was crazy.
Yeah, they was in cahoots with like you said, Skull collusion. They was in cahoots with Vegas. They knew what was going on.
Yeah,
ain't no way.
Because if you went chalk yesterday, minus the Panthers, you was winning a lot of money, and they had to do something to ruin some slips, and I think that's what it was. For real, the Bengals won't die. The Bengals won't go away. They just lingering, dog. They just lingering, and of course the Chargers gonna blow the game, so now they really lingering.
Oh my God, the Chargers made me look crazy yesterday.
Yo, salute to Baker, man.
Baker turned up.
Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's Mike Evans, but Baker, ever since he left Cleveland,
listen, 32 touchdowns, 14 picks on the season. He gonna throw some picks. 7-7. And Ty Bowles, shout out to I've said it a couple of times, but shout out to Ty Bowles for sure.
Yeah, he's a good coach. They thought they was gonna be dead to rights after losing Tom. So salute to them. Any other takeaways?
I'm still not a huge believer in the Cardinals, man. I like what they're cooking up. I think they play hard on defense and they run the ball well. But I think they got to figure out how to unlock Kyler more. His stats and numbers are just too underwhelming. And his impact is underwhelming. 5 rushes, 11 yards. That's not the Kyler Murray that makes him the most effective. And defenses aren't scared of this version of Kyler Murray. You're talking about leaving him in the pocket and just letting him sit there as a 5'10", 200-pound quarterback. That's the advantage defense every time. He's good enough to where he's making it work. But they're 7-7 right now. I feel like they could have a couple more wins if they just unleashed him.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely a good point.
The Orioles piss us off before we go to break? Did they give us a break?
I mean, Scott Boras keeps saying that we're flirting. He's saying that we have showed a lot of aggression with wanting to re-sign the drafted talent we have and also surrounding them with talent. But that just sounds like we flirting. Again, less talk, more action. We've heard the talk for 25, 30 years, bro. Like, if we really want to be serious about it, throw them M's behind it like all these other teams.
Yeah.
When all these other teams say they're interested, they throw some hundreds of M's behind it.
Yeah, when they flirt, they buy cars.
Yeah,
they jump in the DMs like Shaq.
We gotta start.
They go in the DMs like Shaq. Yo, shorty, you want a car?
What's your name? You ever been to Dubai?
Huh? You ever been to Tiffany's? Buy the whole store for you.
You like Chanel?
We over there.
That's what we really need to do at this point, because right now it's just like we're trying to get people at the right price.
Yeah, because we over there like, yo, Applebee's got 2 for $20 apps.
You can't shop like that.
Right.
You can't shop like that when there's ballers in the room.
Take it to the triple. They saying Chili's got the triple dipper.
Yeah,
like,
what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? Yo, it's happy hour at Fridays and pork chop is DJing.
Right.
Roll?
Oh my!
You trying to roll?
Nobody wants to do that.
The little chicken sizzling joint is on point at this time of night.
Not when there's people with money in the room, because they're spending, you know what I mean, and we're losing out. But I mean, listen,
come on this yacht with me.
We gotta figure something out, though. Keys and Skull and Keith, we gotta figure something out, because it's like,
I mean, are we though? Like, are we just the Baltimore Orioles who's never like? That's what I've been talking to Smoke about, man. Like, are we going to see another championship with the Yankees and the Red? Like,
and I don't even trust people like Tyler O'Neill.
The Royals stole our championship. That's what happened.
He shows his muscles too much.
That was supposed to be our championship. They stole it. Now, who knows if we ever
like Popeye, man. He don't stay healthy. Like, we gonna see.
Yeah. Couldn't beat the damn Royals. Alex
couldn't beat the
Royals.
Come on, man. Barely gave up runs and couldn't beat the Royals.
Yo, dog. You right, Key. That was if they would have won that in 2016,
we'd have been good. We'd have been good, man. We'd have been good.
I'd be my expectations would be so low right now. I'd be still living off that.
But not kid. I could live off that for the rest of my life. We would live off for the rest of our life. You know how hard is a championship in baseball?
Got us one. Like, I tell my grandkids, y'all, I'm telling you, that team was crazy. We let go of Machado today. So what? We got it. Man, please. We ain't sniffing one at this rate.
Agent Scott Boras says the Orioles' new ownership is there to retain the players that they have drafted while also supplementing their core. And he also said, really, this boils down to ownership. When you have competitiveness in the market, ownership has to respond to compete with these fellow owners for elite talent. So basically what he's saying is put up or shut up, because there's other people willing to spend that bread.
And Tyler O'Neill was one of his clients, right?
Probably.
I think so.
Like half of baseball is his time.
I think so.
Hey, Scott's bouncing back from last offseason. I feel like he had to. He had to fight back.
He getting paid. He get the bonuses looking crazy this Christmas.
His agent is Scott Boras.
Scott Boras, okay. Well, no wonder why he's talking so much. Man, let's go to the last commercial break. Nitty Gritty.
Sorry.
Hey, yo, Nitty Gritty Sports Talk is now on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And while you at it, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Name the same across all platforms. Nitty Gritty Sports Talk, 3 Ravens and a Steeler. Now let's get back to the show. Good show, fellas. Good show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That other playoff game is Friday night too. That Indiana at Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame. Yeah.
Who y'all got going forward? Like, who y'all favorites?
I don't even know. I Penn State got it easy. I like them if they can just score. They're not gonna give up a lot of points. But I mean, I guess Oregon should still be the favorite. Texas is dark horse. I don't know.
You are a bet man. If you had to win the ticket, who you got?
I'm Georgia.
Top two teams.
Oregon and Georgia. I mean, I'm taking them. I'm taking Oregon undefeated. They beat Ohio State. They just beat Penn State. So I mean, they gotta be beat. And Georgia going until somebody knock them off.
Is Beck okay? Is he gonna be okay going forward?
I don't even know. I ain't even read no reports, but I'm sure
Probably not. They got a pro defense though. They can shut anything down.
Yeah, you got Keith.
They really locked in. I just think Oregon gonna have a tough battle on that 8-9 if it's Ohio State or Tennessee. I don't know. It's really set up for Penn State, Georgia to meet in the semifinals. It's really set up for Texas to be in the semifinals too. I think Texas is good enough if they don't face an SEC team. Georgia, that kryptonite. It's just a bad matchup for them. So I'm gonna go Georgia too, but I think if Georgia lose, I think Texas can be right there too. I think Texas can beat Oregon.
I like the playoff format.
Texas Oregon would be a semifinal.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
I do like this playoff format.
It's 8 teams, right?
It's 12.
12.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they could.
The first 4 teams got buys. Oregon got a buy. Arizona State got a buy. Boise State got a buy, and Georgia got a buy.
I don't want to say it gives a March Madness feel, but it definitely gives.
No, it definitely do.
Oh, it definitely do.
It definitely do.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, while we on college. Yeah, while we on college, and before we get up out of here, salute to Travis Hunter. Salute.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. He definitely deserved that award. I don't like that. I don't like that Genty saying he should have walked away. Like, come on, man. Like this.
Congratulate him and go. Yo,
congratulate him. Keep it moving.
What Genty said?
He said he should have walked away with it.
Yeah, I felt like I should have won it.
Yeah, which is cool. I guess that's cool to say, but I feel like you should be
2,500 yards, man. I'd feel like, damn, I deserve that one too. But
shouldn't have went to Boise State.
Just
hold
that.
I mean, at the end of the day,
for that night,
2,500 in Georgia.
I don't think that should have been the first thing you said. Like I feel like like maybe he should. Maybe I didn't read the whole thing. That's what. Of course, they probably snipped it for that to be the leading thing. But so I'm gonna read more about it. But I don't like that. You know,
I saw the same thing.
I mean, you playing San Jose States, the Wyomings, the Colorado States. Don't get me wrong, the yards is a beautiful thing. He'll come to the NFL, he probably produced, but you can't deny what you've seen somebody do
on both sides
at the Power 5 level on both sides of the football.
Yeah, it was
like 100-yard receiving games with touchdowns and interceptions. Like
that's crazy.
Weekly. Like it wasn't 1 and 2.
And the snap share too.
Played the whole game.
Snapchat crazy.
His lungs is different.
That's what I'm.
Yeah. It's gonna help him all that
It's a different
training he
pod.
did out in Colorado too.
That's true. And for a different pod, let the OG school you, dog. You getting a little emotional out here. I just want you to listen to people. I just want you to listen. Sit down and listen. I understand.
Listen,
Sit
you
down
don't
and
even
listen.
gotta get tired. Like, bro, it's about to be a whirlwind for you.
Dog.
If it hasn't been already in Colorado, it's about to be a whirlwind.
And she,
About to have every flavor.
yeah. Relax.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Relax. That's all. That's all. Hey, YouTube,
Yeah.
Sign the prenup.
YouTube listeners, clip this up, Keith. Just that little bit. Make this go viral so he can see it. Because everybody's like ragging on you and they approaching this wrong. Soft and subtle. Travis Hunter. Just listen. Just listen. Open ears, open mind, and just reconsider some things.
Open ears, open mind, but don't be open. Because right now you open. Relax.
Yes.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody that views us on YouTube. Keep liking, rating, commenting. You subscribe and tell your people to subscribe, right? You know what this next episode gonna be. You know what this next episode gonna be. You know, it's round 2.
Break the streak.
It's round 2. You know, it's a lot to play for.
We gotta chat offline about when we want to do that too, but because it is a Saturday game.
Yeah, I'll be flexible.
So we'll figure that out. But
Get you on a pause on the way out of here.
Hey yo. Hey,
Me?
yo. All right.
No.
No.
Oh,
I'm not
I just caught myself. Hey, yo, end this.
oh.
And on that note,
Wait, what did he
out.
say? Nothing.
Yeah. Offline.
Absolutely nothing. I was happy.
Out. Stay safe and be blessed. We out.
You see them all.